Looking back, he was probably a few years younger than me. Not that I was paying much attention when his face and name came up on the screen. It was only there for a second. A blurry selfie of a 20-something standing in front of his car. Brendan is now picking up your order. They will arrive in 15 minutes with your delivery. Hoping that the timer would be at least semi-accurate and I'd get my food sooner rather than later, I settled down into the couch for another night of scrolling through feeds. Reddit, then Twitter, then YouTube, and repeat. Maybe even TikTok if I was getting real desperate for something to do. His text came about 10 minutes into my routine. He'd gotten lost and needed to check if he was going the right way. Seemed a bit weird, but I decided to check the app's tracker anyway. Your courier is now 30 minutes away. I've never been the best with directions, but the line of the route he'd been taking looked weird, almost erratic, going through the neighborhoods and looping around in circles, none of which were even near my place. Annoyed, but willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, I shot back a quick message with basic directions on how to get in the right direction again. I didn't even notice at the time that his route never even took him anywhere near the restaurant to begin with. 20 minutes passed. I'd more than given up on refreshing pages and started going through Netflix. Nothing stood out, but I couldn't think of anything else to do besides read synopsises of movies I was never going to watch. Another reality show about cooking reminded me to check on my order. See how Brendan was doing, getting back on track. Your courier is now 1 hour away. The map showed a part of the city I'd never seen before, zoomed in on winding streets with names I didn't recognize. My annoyance was starting to grow into frustration. I pressed the call button, letting it go to speaker, so I could see the map while we talked. The first words out of his mouth were an apology. He was so sorry, he'd said, but the road was dark and he was having trouble recognizing which streets were which. He sounded desperate and tired, and at least my anger faded. I was never the type to yell at cashiers or waiters when they made a mistake. Years of working at a shitty minimum wage job made it easy to sympathize. It's fine, I said, but I'm probably just going to cancel the order. He went silent. All I could hear from my phone was the sound of someone driving down the road and the crackle of bad reception. You can't. He sounded terrified, his voice almost breaking under the stress. What do you mean I can't? I'm sorry, I can explain, but you really can't do that. Please. The dot on the map where his car was stopped. I could still hear Brendan breathing heavily through the phone. Still heard the sound of his driving. The map on the screen changed. 1 second, it looked like a confusing suburb on the other side of town. The next, it was a winding, twisting road that no longer had any street names to mark its location. I didn't know where it was, but I knew it wasn't anywhere in our city. I gotta keep driving, but you can't cancel your order. Just wait there and I'll get it to you. Please, just trust me. Any pretense of this being normal delivery just disappeared, and with the way he started to plead to me, I didn't know what to do, so I nodded, and realizing this was a phone conversation, I said I'd wait for him. Your courier is now 99999999999. The text went off past the limits of my phone screen. I watched Brendan's car drive along an endlessly curving road for what felt like hours. At one point, I tried to leave my house. A message popped up once I got to the front door. Please wait for your courier to deliver your order. I suddenly felt a pinprick on the back of my neck. The feeling of being watched taking a hold of me as soon as I put my hand on the doorknob. Just outside, I heard a car drive past slowly. I didn't know who was out there, but it wasn't Brendan. I went back to the couch and watched the delivery tracker for a little bit. And now, I'm typing this post. I don't know what's going on or what I'll get if I put this up for people to see, but maybe if you see a silver sedan driving around in the middle of nowhere, you can send Brendan my direct. My order was just canceled.